Hello everyone, welcome to the Yarn Bowl. Today in this video we're gonna see how to crochet this cute crochet frogs or amigurumi frogs. They are super cute and super easy to make and a very quick and easy pattern as well. You can add a keyring to it and make it as a keychain and gift to your friends. Come on, let's see how to crochet this cute amigurumi frogs. If you want a free written pattern of this cute amigurumi frogs, it's available in the description in my website theyarnbowlcrochet.com. You can find the link in the description. Meanwhile, if you are new to this channel, please do not forget to subscribe to the Yarn Bowl and click on the bell icon as well so that you get notified whenever I post a new video. So here is the cute frog which I crocheted, and we're gonna make this today. And this is the first time I'm using a 100% cotton yarn for amigurumi, but the results didn't disappoint me. It still looks very pretty and good, like how I work with acrylic. And I chose to use the cotton yarn because I had this bright green color which will go for frog. And you can also use acrylic yarn for your project, and we'll need safety eyes, and I'm going to use the blunt tip of the metal crochet hook to snug in the odd ends of the yarn. And I'll need sewing needle, tapestry needle and crochet thread, and to work the mouth. And I'm going to use two colors of yarn. I'm going to give you the description of the yarn that I'll be using in the description box. And for today I'm going to use 3.5mm crochet hook. So first let's start making the body of the frog. So with the green yarn, I'm going to make a magic ring, and we are going to work 6 single crochets on the magic ring. So we are going to work in a spiral, which means we will not end each round with a slip stitch. So we're going to right away start working our round 2. So we'll need a stitch marker to identify our first stitch of each round. So we're not going to end our rounds with a slip stitch, so we'll need a stitch marker for our project. So once you work 6 single crochet, tighten the magic ring and you can start working the round 2 right away. For round 2, we are going to work 2 single crochets on each stitch around. So as I told you earlier, mark your first stitch with a stitch marker, and then you can tighten the magic ring and secure it with a knot. Then go ahead, work 2 single crochets on each stitch around. So at the end of round 2 you should have 12 stitches. So now for round 3, we are going to work 1 single crochet in one stitch and 2 single crochet on the next stitch around. And as I told you earlier, mark your first stitch with a stitch marker. And go ahead, work 1 single crochet in one stitch and 2 single crochet on the next stitch around. So at the end of round 3, we should have 18 stitches. I'll meet you at the end of round 3. And now round 4 is going to be a non-increment round, which means we are going to work only one single crochet on each stitch around. Always mark your first stitch with the stitch marker and go ahead, work one single crochet on each stitch around. So at the end of round 4 we are still going to have 18 stitches. So round 5 is going to be an increment round. We are going to work one single crochet on 2 stitches and 2 single crochet on the next stitch around. So work one single crochet in 2 stitches and 2 single crochet on the next stitch around. So at the end of round 5 we should have 24 stitches. So end of round 5 will have 24 stitches. Go ahead, work round 5. I'll meet you at the end of round 5. So now from round 6 on to round 8, we are just going to work one single crochet on each stitch. So round 6 to round 8 is going to be non-increment rounds. We're just going to work one single crochet on each stitch around. So we're not going to increment any stitches here for these 3 rounds. So go ahead, work one single crochet on each stitch around. For round 6, 7 and 8, I should meet you at the end of round 8. After we have worked 3 rounds. So here it is, we are at end of round 8. You should see a nice crochet ball that we are working up here. And for round 9, it's going to be a decrement round. We are going to work one single crochet on 2 stitches and single crochet 2 together in next 2 stitches around. So this should bring down our stitch count to 18 stitches. So go ahead, work one single crochet in 2 stitches and single crochet 2 together in next 2 stitches around. So we should have 18 stitches at the end of round 9. So next we'll start working round 10. For round 10 we are not going to increment or decrement. It's going to be a non-decrement round. We are going to work one single crochet on each stitch around. So we should have 18 stitches at the end of round 10. So now for round 11, we are again going to decrement. We are going to work one single crochet in 1 stitch and single crochet 2 together in next 2 stitches around. So this should bring down our stitch count again to 12 stitches. So go ahead, work one single crochet in 1 stitch and single crochet 2 together in next 2 stitches around. I'll meet you at the end of round 11. So now before working our round 12, which is our last round, go ahead, stuff your work with polyfill, and then we'll finish off with our last round. So for round 12, which is going to be our last round, we're going to work single crochet 2 together in every 2 stitches around. So this should bring down our stitch count again to 6 stitches. You should still see some opening on the top. You can sew the opening with a tapestry needle. So once you have worked around 12, you can work slip stitch and leave a long tail for sewing the opening, and you're done with your body of your frog. Now we have worked the body of the frog. Next step is to work the stomach. So I'm going to use light cream yarn for working the stomach. So it's the same pattern how we have worked our body. So we're going to work a magic ring, and we're going to work 6 single crochets on the magic ring. And once you have worked 6 single crochet, tighten the magic ring, and you're going to start your second round right away, and we are working again in a spiral here. So we need a stitch marker to identify our first stitch. So for round 2, we are going to work 2 single crochet on each stitch around, and mark your first stitch with a stitch marker, and go ahead work 2 single crochet on each stitch around. So you can tighten the magic ring and secure it with a knot before proceeding. Now for round 3, we are going to work 1 single crochet in one stitch and 2 single crochet on the next stitch around. So this is going to bring up our stitch count to 18 stitches. And once you're done with round 3, you can fasten off and work a slip stitch, leave a long tail for sewing. So now we have worked the stomach part. I'm gonna sew this stomach to the body with a tapestry needle, and then we can go ahead work the eyes and eyelids. So now next step will be working the eyeball and eyelids for the frog. So with this cream color yarn, we're going to make the eyeball. I'm going to work a magic ring, and then I'm going to work 4 single crochets on the magic ring, and then you will work a slip stitch on top of the starting single crochet, and you can fasten off and leave a small tail, and then we'll attach the safety eyes. So now I'll attach the safety eyes to the center of the work, the eyeball that we worked with cream yarn, and then we'll proceed working on the eyelids. You'll need to make 2 of these for 2 eyeballs. I just showed you how to make one. Go ahead, make 1 more of these for our eyes. So next we'll make the eyelids. So we made our eyeballs. Next step is to make the eyelids. For making the eyelids, I'm going to work with my green yarn. I'm going to work a magic ring, and then I'll go ahead work 4 single crochets on the magic ring. So we're going to work in a spiral again. So we'll need our first stitch marker to identify our first stitch. And once you have worked 4 single crochet, tighten the magic ring and mark your first stitch with a stitch marker for your next round. For your next round, which is round 2, I'm going to work 2 single crochets on each stitch around. And mark your first stitch with a stitch marker and tighten the magic ring and secure it with a knot. And work 2 single crochet on each stitch around. So at the end of round 2, we should have 8 stitches. So now for round 3, I'm going to work 1 single crochet on each stitch around. So go ahead, work 1 single crochet on each stitch around, and this is the last round. You can work a slip stitch and fasten off with leaving a long tail for sewing your eyeball and eyelid. So we'll need to make 1 more of this eyelid for a pair of eyes, and once you have worked this, you're going to place your eyeball inside this eyelid, and we're going to sew them around with the green yarn which we have left on the eyelid for sewing your eyeball and eyelid together. So now sew in both of your eyes to the body of the frog, like how I do it with the tapestry needle. Once you have worked or sewed in all your parts together, you can fasten off the yard odds, and you can stuck it inside the amigurumi with the blunt tip of a metal crochet hook. So now use a black color crochet thread and a sewing needle to embroider your frog's mouth. And in the same way you can snug in the odd ends of the crochet thread inside the amigurumi itself. So here it is, our cute crochet frog or amigurumi frog we have worked, and it looks very cute, and I hope you found the pattern super simple and easy to make, and I hope it was easy to follow. You can make many of these as gifts, and it's such a quick make. As you always know, I work very quick and easy projects for my channel, and it should be easy for anybody to work this project. So I usually work those kind of projects, and this is one of those, and you can make this as gift, or you can add a keyring to it, and you can make them as a keyring as well. And if you want a free written pattern of this cute frogs, it's available in my website, theyarnbowlcrochet.com. The link for that is available in the description, so check it out if you want a free written pattern of this cute frog. You can find other cute patterns in my website as well. Do check it out, and I would be happy if you follow me on Instagram, and also if you could tag me on your Instagram post if you're working with my pattern. Please do not forget to subscribe to the Yarn Bowl and click on the bell icon as well. Thanks for watching. Bye.